Yo, what's up, everyone? Today, I got a super special guest. You all know we almost had him on last time, but we had a bunch of problems. I had some health issues, but I got him back. I got him to come over. You know him, Don, the man from Cannakan.
What's
Introduce
up,
yourself.
Ames? What's up, everybody? Don from Cannakan, and psyched to be here with you, Ames, tonight. So thank you for having me.
Of course, brother, of course. So I got a couple questions today. Um, I know you hooked me up with this. Got some that we might give away, so stay
Nice.
tuned, stay tuned. Um, really want to know what got you into the whole germination business. Like, what is it that really piqued your interest to get into this?
Well, to be honest, I grew up in a right to farm community, so outside of the whole the cannabis thing, it was just part of my lifestyle. I grew up right down the street from dairy farms, sheep farms, chicken farms, you name it. So I grew up gardening. My mother, my grandparents, my grandfather had big potato fields, acres of them. My great grandfather that migrated over to here to the town I actually live in now because we're fifth generation. My son is here. Is he owned all farming land, and
Uh,
so it was. We have a 30-foot greenhouse, and we do other things like specialty flowers as well as a vegetable garden. Um,
okay.
but along with that, I indulged. So I obviously grew cannabis as well. And because of the way we were set up here and, having that much experience, we would often start germinating and getting other people's seeds started. So that's where the can thing came into play because we would sit here and, germinating for multiple people getting their started because, I was pretty good at it, but year to year I would find inconsistencies. I don't live in, our the basement where we have all our setup in isn't climate control. So
Okay.
year to year conditions change and so don't your germination rates. And even beyond that, the soak jars, the multiple soak jars, the labels that go on that soak jars, and then transferring those labels and seeds carefully into
Yeah.
baggies or wet paper towels. And even with the gardening, I've done a lot of direct sowing as well. So um, this kind of just allowed me to avoid risk of damaging, your radicals on these freshly germinated seeds.
Mhm.
The time involved of transferring, checking, putting back, and the risk of like I said, damaging everything. So I just happened to have the opportunity where we were getting ready for the spring grow, and I acquired a ton of seeds, and I was just sitting there like, oh no, again, because I've been growing for over a decade, and the germination part, not that it's like extremely, it's sometimes a crapshoot, but it's a bit of work because that's where it all happens. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
That's where it all begins. That's where you know how your season's going to go. So it's really important to stay organized and keep that consistency down. And I kind of was just like, oh man, here it comes again. I gotta find my box with the jars from last year, get them all cleaned out. How am I
Yeah.
going to label them this year? Am I going to approve on the labeling system? Got to get my buddy Mike over here so we can bend over a table and open the bag and do one. And I was working in front of my computer. I was a website developer at the time, and I had a frog tape container. It's actually right here, and that's it. This is the first Cannakan. It's
Oh
a
yeah.
it's a tape container that I made a divider for, so I was able to organize the seeds, which was my main goal. But then it was, how do I reduce the whole process to get the soaking and the germinating and the multiple varieties all into one little thing? And I just stepped back right from the beginning, and I went through the whole process, and eventually, this little prototype turned into this product with a cool little barcode, man, and we're like ready to go,
Oh yeah. And so, how much like R&D did it take to really get the product that you have now?
It was a lot, and it was a lot of making changes. It was a lot of failed prints. You know, when you get up in the morning, you're like, oh my God, I'm ready to grab that print, and it failed overnight. But what it was, once I saw that I had them organized, it was a matter of creating the perfect environment inside there for soaking, making sure the volume was up there. You know, it's like 23 cubic inches now. So I want to make sure I had a fair amount of water so it didn't go stagnant. And when it was removed, that I had the right amount of air. I also wanted to, you know, that's why I chose the plastic I chose, and it's a high grade polypropylene #5, dishwasher safe, cold storage safe.
That's fucking strong. Hell yeah.
It is,
I
man.
dropped mine like 50 times. I was like, no, not even a mark. I was like, oh, okay.
Between
Yes.
pads that I have that are rated for 30,000 service hours, and this, I can confidently say this is a generational product.
Hell yeah.
Once you buy it, you'll never buy it again. You're not going to kneel on it and break it. We drove over it with an SUV 5 times and didn't do anything to it.
Yeah, I saw that video. It's crazy.
It was important to me because what I was doing, I wasn't inventing something. What I was doing is just creating a solution for, you know, certain issues that I came into. You know what I mean? And I just wanted to make a better system that was more reliable. And it's when I started using it, and like you said, after all the R&D, I have a box full of scrap prints, and you know, with the thermometers and humidity gauges and just checking. And now I got it to the point where you heat the bottom real warm, the lid stays cool, and where they sit in the center is 10 degrees less than the bottom. So they're sitting in the most humid part of the point. You know, it's just constantly convection. So they're at the perfect temperature, perfect humidity, lab filter papers inside, so you don't have to worry about, you know, radicals or your tap roots entangling within fibrous materials. It was, excuse me, it was something I built for myself. I wasn't necessarily creating a product. I was just creating a solution for myself. And once I got it dialed in and I started using it, it was like my heart dropped, and I was like, you know, I was somebody, and I've said it before, that has spent his life pretty talented, knowledgeable, skillful, but I never found my place. So I was always living and running life at 80%. You know what I mean? Not living up to who I wanted to be. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
the second I used this, it was like, this is what you're here for. This is it. This is all those skin knees, those lessons. I was able to take everything I've learned in life and my experiences and combine it into Cannakan, developing my own website, learning how to build apps, learning how to do 3D models so I could efficiently and be able to afford to talk to the engineers. You know what I mean? Creating the design, every single word, the banners, the trade show displays myself. Because if it was for me to do this financially, it would never have happened. So I had to take down like a $300,000 to $400,000 quote to do everything to make it affordable, where, you know, the family around me saw where I brought it, and they were just like, you know, we got you. We think that, you know, we can handle what's left. We can put up that money that you need for the manufacturing. So I covered everything. I from, you know, working very deeply into the patenting process to, you know, making the sweatshirt, man. You know what I mean? All the way down to it, to
Oh yeah.
where we are today. And I have a ton of big news. So I mean, you know, it's been a hell of a ride.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So you say you got a bunch of big news. What do you got
We
for us?
do. You know, 2.5 years ago, I was sitting on the side of a 3D printer with what I thought was a good idea. Once I launched in August of last year, 7 months onto the market, a conversation started, and it was with Tom from Seedsman. And last week, we officially partnered and launched with Seedsman Seeds.
Hell yeah.
So pretty
Hell yeah.
cool.
Super cool. So how's that partnership work out? So like you buy a can of can and then you might get a pack of seeds to go with it, or
No, you can buy it on their website.
okay.
We're actually gonna collaborate at trade shows, and you know, it's really important for me to say that, like, once we launched with High Again, I reached out to them and asked them if they would use it. And that's what's great about this community, because there's been a lot of people with no self gain, nothing to come back to them, where they're just like, yeah, man, you're a guy in the community. You came up with something cool. We'll try it, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah, man.
yeah, man. And
Definitely.
once they launched it, it was I had a website page that was kind of like, hey, if you want to, you know, become a wholesaler or retailer of the Cannakan, and I ended up taking it down because it became so overwhelming. It was too much. And there was a lot of commonalities within it and a lot of the same tones that were untrusting. And I'm not saying all of them, because a lot of it was very overwhelming for, you know, to come from like grinding and just not looking up. Then all of a sudden it's like you got the attention of a lot of people and they all want a piece of it. And even Tom, when Tom from Seedsman reached out to me, I kind of like I brushed him off. I was like, yeah, cool, man. He was, you know, he was kind of like, man, I love the product. We'd love to, you know, let's do a giveaway. And I was like, yeah, it sounds great. And I just kind of like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It was
Yeah.
Tom from Seedsman. Like, is that real? Is it really Tom from Seedsman? And I just kind of blew it off. And he reached out again. And it was once I met him in March at the NECAN Boston show that somebody was like, hey, if somebody from Seedsman's here to see you. And I was like, uh-oh, wait a minute. And it started turning like, wait, this is all too familiar. And it happened to be Tom. And he was just the nicest, most genuine person, business person I've ever met, man. Like,
Oh, yeah.
just the fact that he's at the show and like just selling seeds, you know, him and his other guy, and they just going, William, and it says a lot. And he just kind of he listened to me and he heard where I was at. Like, look, I'm a one-man show. These people here with me are friends and family supporting it. And I don't know where the next step is. I don't, you know, in order for me to get there, it's going to be, you know, it's going to take a lot. And he was just like, listen, man, you take your time. I'd just really like to be the first guy to sell it, you know? And I was like, well, that was really cool. And he walked away and I got to settle with it for a little bit. And I went back and I talked to him and you know, he reached back out to me and we talked a few times. And it kind of got to the point because I think, you know, he's a smart guy and he saw where I was at and he's like, listen, do you need help? Because I think I can help you. And so it triggered something that was a little different to just be like, we can help you. And I started talking with Tom, and he just was, his focus was about Dawn and the future of Cannakan. And it was like that through a half dozen email exchanges. And
Oh, yeah.
he was actually like providing me great advice to like, he was asking me questions I couldn't answer. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to learn about it. He's like, no, you need somebody, man. You need somebody to help with you in business, man. You're like wearing too many hats. And he got me to take on somebody that was in the family and the perfect place in their life to be able to take this chance with me. She has a master's in business administration. So
Oh,
he got
yeah.
me, yeah. So Tom got me to step back and say, look, you need to focus on your business too. Yeah, cool product, but you're gonna, if you fail in one place, you're gonna fail in all the places. And he kept just giving me advice and giving me advice, and I was taking it. And then there was at one point where he's like, look, what is your goal? What do you want to do? And he listed out like 5, 6 different things. And I gave him some stupid answer like, oh, I want to sell 1 million of these in X amount of time. It was just like, you know, you get a little, you don't know how to answer something. You're talking to Tom and he asks you something, you're like, oh shit, you know. And
I gotta say something.
but I got a chance to like look at his email again, and I was just like, man, it's not on here. I don't want a license. I don't want to sell my soul to investors. I don't want to do this. So when I talk back to him, and I can just be like, man, I need to talk to you. He's like, all right, you good tomorrow or Wednesday? And I'm like, all right, cool. And I just told him, like, realistically, and I might be naive, but there's nothing else like this product in the world. And it's not a bobblehead. It works. It has merit.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, I might be foolish, but I think this could be a global brand, and I want it to be. This is my one shot in life. This is what I'm meant to do.
Okay.
I want to take it global. And
You're
he
gonna
said,
do it, dude.
yeah, and he was like, yeah, I think we're on the same page. And I was like, all right, man. And that was cool. And it's great to work with it. So, you know, and I'm going to say this a million times anytime I have the opportunity to talk about Tom or the Seedsman team. If you strip away that name, What you have is an amazing team. They're genuine, very transparent. You know, when this guy, we're working on something now, and he sends me something, and the end of this email, he says, read this, tear it apart, and question everything. And he's telling me, question everything that I'm sending you. He's like nobody I've ever met. I've been squished by the big businessman before. You know what I mean? And and then you work with his team, and Tom. It seems like a no brainer. Seedsman reaches out to you, Cannakan. You say, "Where do I sign?" I was getting reached out by everybody. If Tom wasn't Tom, the Seedsman name means nothing. What I'm looking to is to work with a partner that is the perfect fit, and beyond the name. And when I talk, yeah, man. And when I talk to these people, they love Cannakan as much as I do. You know what I mean? So it's like I could sit there and be so excited, and the energy is excitement back at me, and it's absolutely amazing. It's incredible. So it's like this. It's this like I hit the lottery with Cannakan. I hit the lottery again with the opportunity to work with such an amazing company, and I'm at a point now where I see that I can either, you know, I'm just every opportunity I have, I'm jumping on it, and I'm hitting it with 110%, man. I'm not letting anything slip through my fingers. And big shout out to the community because they welcomed me. They gave the product a chance, and the feedback from them and that word of mouth has led me to these opportunities. Yes, I have a great product, but without people like you and all these fantastic people in the chat, it wouldn't happen. So nobody's irrelevant, and every action has a reaction, no matter how big or small. And I can say these people that are showing up, and I see, honestly, I remove the chat because then I get like nervous that I'm on a podcast. So I see what you put up. But I saw in the beginning that you know the tribes here, and I love them all, and they're the ones that are leading and changing my life, and not only my life. This is for my son. You know what I mean? This is something that's beyond. It's bigger than me. So big shout out to everybody. I love every single one of them, and yeah, man.
No, the community is great, dude. They're like honestly some of the most welcoming people I've ever met. Like,
I've spent $37 on marketing. For real.
Fuck, killing it, dude. That's the Jesus Christ.
That's the power of the community. And I have global interest because of that. It's insane. It's absolutely insane.
Shit. Well, man, you do got an amazing fucking product. Like, it's durable, fucking works amazing. Like, shit, dude. Did not expect that. The roots are coming out fatter than fuck, like quick as hell. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, before the show, I was psyched to hear that you had it because when and big shout out to you because you reached out and said, "Hey, I'd love to have you on, but I also want to buy a couple because I want to give them out." And I was like, "I'll give you one if you buy one." And you're like, "Hell no, I'm already buying two." And I was like, "Well, keep the third one as a gift then, man." And you're like, "All right, let's go." And then to get on and talk to you, and I'm like, "Hey, if you use it, like, yeah, 5 times." I'm like, "Yeah, baby,"
dude, because I love it. Yeah, the last time didn't work too well because I knocked it off the table when I was transferring seeds. Spin a clutch, spilled my seeds everywhere.
Yeah.
So now I'm just waiting to see what they are, and then we'll plant some more seeds.
So you have a mystery wheel going on. All right, well, that's pretty cool.
Gotta keep it spicy. Gotta keep it spicy.
Man, there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh yeah, keeps me on my toes.
Absolutely. And I like, and the fact that you had said you said, and I said to you that I don't like to come out here and sell my product. I like to talk about it. Do you know what I mean? And because I'm not a salesman. Who I am is a dude that's super passionate and in love with this crazy little thing. You know what I mean? My little huggers. I you know, it's
I love those things. Yeah,
it's exciting, man.
Keep them on
it makes it easy, and everything's sterilizable. You just throw it in the dishwasher. That's it. So,
hell yeah. I didn't know
Thanks,
that.
Saul.
I'm gonna try that. I did not know that. No.
What's that? That it's dishwasher safe?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, that was the
That's
thing.
cool.
Is it was I had certain standards for the product. Like I said, I built it for me. What do I want? I want something that's easy, that's safe, reusable over and over again, that I can wash out and clean. You know what I mean? That I can have
Yeah.
sterile. I mean, I want it sterile.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong. You wash this thing 100 times, the green's not going to be a little different, but the product itself will last forever. Ask CC420. That lady's like ran like I don't know how many runs she's put in this thing. You know what I mean? She's got
Yeah.
mileage. It's like an old Toyota commercial where she hit like 400,000 miles on that thing.
Jesus Christ. I love it. No, she's killing it out there. I know she uses it.
Oh, with the auto flowers, it's pretty crazy. Good
Mm.
for her. And she
Yeah.
just became an affiliate for Seedsman, which is fantastic.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's super cool. Shout out to Cece. Congratulations. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah. So, you have any new ideas? Anything new coming to the
Yeah, I have a
Cannakan?
ton of them. There's a ton. So the next one we're working on, and if you visit the website, we have the tray version, which is pretty much the can on steroids. It goes all the way from seed storage to it'll be able to be ran in series for larger facilities. But it goes all the way from seed storage to early growth. You can do cloning in it. You can use any type of medium you want inside of it. You can germinate thousands of seeds, 16 varieties at one shot. Like I said, it'll also be connectable in running series. But again, back to the consumer, building a product for myself. The way that it's going to work is you can just start off with the tray and the cover and start with just the same thing. It's just the can, bigger, squarer, twice as many varieties of seeds.
Oh yeah.
You don't have to buy the new system to get the upgrade. You can just upgrade to the new lid with the split pots. If you're going to run them in series, you just upgrade to the parts that go along with it. So it's not like you have to keep buying a new product. Everything is upgradable. Everything mixes in with each other. So it's going to be, I can only afford this right now. Then you just buy that. Oh, I'm ready to buy this other pot. Then get it, and it'll always be interchangeable.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna have to pick
I'm
one up.
not looking. I'm looking to put out a quality product. I'm not looking to rip out anything. I'm trying to give people the best opportunity to germinate in their early growth. You know what I mean? That's the goal. Is what I would want.
Shit. That went by too fast. What did it say? I wish the trays were taller for clones.
Yeah, our tray is. Don't worry. When our tray comes out, it's going to be exactly what's needed because that's it. I want to offer. My goal is I'm not looking. You'll never see me selling tents or anything else. I found a niche that I'm really good at, and I'm going to provide. And they're not. I could have had the tray out already. I'm not doing it until it's perfect, and I'm not doing it until the community tests it. Do you know what I mean? Until we get all that feedback and make sure. If it needs more room, it has more room. If they need a better light, it has that better light. Whatever, and we'll do that. So, that's my goal is to be the best company with integrity and also putting out the best products from that company. So,
fuck yeah,
man.
Dude. Can't wait.
I'm a guy in the community for a community. I'm no different than anybody else, man. I just happen to come across a good idea and chased it. You know what I mean? It's the only thing that sets me apart.
Okay. Never had a problem with germinating seeds, but I still want a Cannakan for efficiency.
And support awesome person like that. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. He's always everywhere.
Yeah.
And a lot of people like, I direct sow or whatever. But even if you're just soaking your seeds, instead of having 8 containers, you put your seeds and just soak them overnight that way too. And then you have the huggers that you can easily move them in and out of.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a beginner's product because I came into it after a lifetime of gardening, and I think it was like my 8th or 9th year in growing cannabis, and I still depend on it. And I germinate hundreds, if not thousands, of seeds per year, and I depend on it. That's why I made it. So it is for somebody that's just going to go. I watched Sebastian on his grow on the go where he just did one, and he was like, "Oh man, it was great for just the one." And I talked to him recently where he's going to be filling up all 8 partitions. And, it makes it easy for the beginner, and it keeps it super organized for somebody that's like me that's running, 100 plus seeds in that one can at a time and running multiple cans at one time.
Yeah, honestly, that is that's the plan. I want to get another one because there's going to be a need for more space for the seeds.
And I'll tell you this, you can fit 2 cans on one heat pad if you go corner to corner. So if you're somebody that looks like that you want to expand, you don't have to get the whole new bundle. You buy a can by itself, and you can just. I just did it. I traveled out to. There's another thing we could talk about. I just went and visited Astro, man.
Hell yeah!
And yeah, and we had a couple sitting side by side and everything else, messing around with some stuff that he had, and yeah,
Hanging
and
out
that
in
was
spaceship.
Dude.
Oh yeah!
What a man! What a great guy, man! And I met Astro from just a bunch of alerts on Instagram. Like, who the hell is this untrained astronaut guy? Always showing love, always something cool to say. And I'm like, man, if he says one more positive thing, I gotta find out who he is. And he did, and I was like, hey man, who are you? Like, I want to know you better. And him and I chatted like in a text for like 2 minutes, and we're like, let's get on a call. And him and I got on a call, and we found out that we're polar opposites with a lot of commonalities in our past and stuff, which really connected us. And there was a point through this journey, and it was the beginning of the middle of this year when I stopped being Don, and I had to realize that I'm actually Don from Cannakan. I'm not just the individual anymore. I'm actually a company, and with that you get a small attacks or whatever, you know what I mean. And I at first I took it very personal, but Astro is one of the guys that helped me kind of ignore the static and not do anything rash. And I did. Things are going to come your way, but and I almost get distracted, but I'm not shooting for IG likes, and I'm not shooting for fame on YouTube. I'm shooting for the stars, and what I'm trying to do is take advantage of this opportunity I have and make the best of my life with this. I mean, this is you know what I mean? It's to do everything that I thought I was capable of doing, and really just not giving up. And that's important to me. It's not about money, it's not about any of that. It's about being successful, and successful isn't a bank account.
Fuck yeah. So more like here to help people, right? Less to sell the product, less to become famous, more to actually help people do it right. Put a product out there to help, essentially.
It's if I had another tent with a different zipper design, I might have a different attitude. The attention that Cannakan has gotten, and I'm proud of the work I put in because it allowed it to get that attention. I'm not worried about, man, if I can just, I quit I gave up my website company when this happened. I haven't made a dime, not even from Cannakan, in going on 3 years. And when I send something out, it's coming out of that's that much longer before I make a profit. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't stop. And people say, hey man, you got to take a day off. And then it's like, that's one more day until I reach where I need to get. I don't want to take that day off. It's clear that we're on a successful path. So am I clouding my mind with making money and all of that? Or a conversation I had with a dog doctor, I see Cannakan as bigger than me. Like I said, it's the opportunity to build a legacy, to do something for my son. And it's almost, as corny as it may sound, it's like having the opportunity to plant a tree, and not for yourself, but so others can enjoy the shade and taste the fruit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
if I have the opportunity to, like, I'm already talking. We have myself and Bud Boutique are working, and he's somebody I met. He's out in another part of the world. He's been helping me in behind the scenes now, and this community is amazing. I met this guy that I absolutely love now. I work with him almost every day. He's probably the only person that will talk and listen about Cannakan as much as I will, and we're working on a program like where I want to. I get these genetics from everywhere, and you get them from these big box stores, let's call them. You know what I mean? And then you have these passionate breeders that are laying in bed at night and thinking about their genetics and how they can improve certain things about it. And I feel like we're going to do something soon. I'm not going to say exactly what it is, but what it's going to do is it's going to showcase the underdogs. It's going to showcase these passionate breeders that, not the, we'll call them the pollen chuckers or whatever, but people that are actually like have that same drive and passion that I have, that it just don't have a platform. Well, if my platform is going to grow and get bigger, then man, I want to share that, man. I want to share that with the deserving. You know what I mean? And there's so many out there that deserve to have a platform to express and show their passions. Man, I grew some stuff this year from the biggest names to somebody that's in the next state over. And to be honest, some of the best stuff I grew was from the people that were just a couple states over, like unbelievable. There's one guy out there where I told him in over 10 years, I've never grown the same genetics twice. And I'm growing his genetics again next year, man, because it's fantastic.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I want to share it, man. I want to share whatever it is that's to come. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is that I'm going to share or what I'm offering, because, people ask me, well, what is your goal? What do you plan on seeing yourself in 6 years from now? And it's like, every day I'm just like, holy shit, where did that come from? I don't even know what the next day is going to do. So what opportunity is going to come? So what I'm doing is just trying to be prepared for whatever the next day has in store for me. So it's extremely exciting, man.
Fuck yeah, dude. No, I bet. Like, you're doing it, bro. You're fucking killing it. And so like everything that's coming your way, you 100% deserve, bro.
I appreciate that, man. I raise, I have a 14-year-old son, and shout out to him, because I have a video. I look extremely exhausted, and I was, but it's one where I jump out and I got some good news, and we put the teaser out for Seedsman. Dude, my son, he filmed it, he edited it. It was awesome. And I'm excited to say that he came up with a really good idea for Cannakan, and he's going to play a big role outside of Cannakan. I don't really want to give away what it is, but I think we'll probably have some hints of it next month. And he's going to play a big role in it indirectly, but it's going to be a lot of fun. And even now to talk about my son too, because I love him so much, but he sits in my weekly meetings, man. He's 14 years old. And if I'm having a meeting with somebody, he's coming too. Because someday this is going to be his. You know what I mean? And I was trying to get him involved with the packing and stuff, and he wasn't really like getting into it. I didn't want to burn him out of it. I had to find it in for him. And we built a Discord for us to communicate within Cannakan, and he set it all up, and along with Bud Boutique, and I found his interest and stuff, and I don't care who you are, when you come on, if you're having a meeting with me, he's sitting there absorbing it, because when he's 18, 20, 22 years old, there's nobody that's going to be able to touch him. You know what I mean? And I think that's pretty cool, man.
Oh, that is cool. That's awesome. I love family businesses, man.
Yeah. So if you ever jump on a meeting with me in the future and you see a young 14-year-old with hair down to his back, that's my boy. His name's Tyler. Say hello. Show him a little love.
All right. Shout out to Tyler, killing it out there. Hell yeah.
100%, man.
Okay. So let's ask some questions about your grow. Like how do you grow? You grow organically, syngenic?
Yes. Nope. I grow once a year. I grow outdoor. Um, and we have a bit of a little, a little bit of a micro farm over here where we have chickens and goats and stuff. And yeah, I used aged manure and maybe fish emulsion, and that's pretty much it. I re-amend every year and just keep it going. I've been using the same stuff for years and years, and leave the fabric pots out there. Use 25-gallon pots, which are good enough for me. I grow little trees in there and
Oh
leave
yeah.
them out and let them do their thing over the winter and get them back rolling again. And that's pretty much it. The last
Oh,
2 years I've been pretty neglectful because I've been very busy. But before Cannakan, yeah, I love going out there. I love training them. I love just getting lost in it. I mean, you know how it is. You know what I mean? You're
oh
out
yeah.
there and it's therapeutic, and
Yeah.
it's beyond just the high THC and stuff. I mean, obviously I love terps, but I do CBD grows to grow gummies to help, to make gummies to help me sleep.
Mm.
I Yeah, I'm big into it. I'm supportive of the cannabis and stuff, because even when I had a major neck surgery, I spent nearly 10 months in bed. I was on all the prescribed medications and got a little bit hooked on it, but I was at least observant and aware that I was, because after 2 years being on them, there's no denying that you're on them. And
Yeah.
yeah, I used tinctures to get off of them, man. And it was like and all the docs are like, holy shit, man, how'd you? And I'm like, yeah, man, I seen the problem and I addressed it, and I
Fuck yeah.
used these oils, man, to get off of it, and it's pretty amazing, man,
Oh yeah,
all
dude.
the way around. So yeah,
That's
outdoor, organic. That's how I like to do it.
oh yeah. And
Eventually I'll get indoors. You know what I mean? It was just, limited space. It's introducing that lifestyle into other people that aren't so open-minded. You know what I mean? A younger child that you don't want, saying certain things or whatever. You know what I mean? And
mhm.
but I had the advantage with Cannakan. Like 2.5 years ago, I actually said to him when he was 12 years old, like, hey, because I'm a firm believer of, like, you can't tell your kid to chase his dreams and not chase yours and go to your 9 to 5. I'm like, chase your dreams. Look at for the next 3 years, you're probably not going to have a birthday party or a Christmas, or this is going to be dad's going to do this, man. And he was like, all right. And it wasn't until I was like sitting in front of my computer, like, all right, we have a talk. And so look at the name Cannakan. Yeah, I love it, Dad. That's cool. And I cover can. And he's like, cannabis. And I'm like, yeah, bud. And but I also explained it to him about how it helped me get off the pills, and that's why I'm sleeping at night, and also the industry and the community, and that from a business, you're talking about an industry that's booming. So it's win-win from all the way around, and it's a place where you're always with like-minded people. Like, right? Like, I don't know you well, but I know that, yeah, we probably hit it off because you know what I mean? We're
Yeah.
like-minded people. We're open to it, and we're passionate about the plant. We're passionate about where it goes, and the fact that we're all in the moment. I mean, we're seeing a lot of crappy stuff with people getting shadow banned, taking down, but unfortunately,
Yeah.
it's part of it all. You know what I mean? If you look past through history, you don't make change without unfortunate changes happening along the way. Um, and
Very true.
everybody that's in it now, everybody's building their pages and their identity now. Man, just think we're going to be looking back 5, 10 years from now. It's us in the moment right now that are going to make that difference. We're making the difference. We're complaining because we don't think we're being heard because we're in the moment. It's like
Mhm.
Google Map. When you look at your house from right above, it's, that's my house. But when you zoom away and you're looking at it from like you're in space and you get that perspective, we got to look at that big picture. It's coming. Just
Oh yeah.
believe and just stay the course. You know what I mean? And pay attention. If you're not involved in politics, but just keep your ear listening. And when you hear somebody saying the right thing, just give them a little bit more attention. And if you can get down to support them, if you see somebody that's on a channel like this, support them, share it, put in a comment. It doesn't take much. It's all of that. It's like pennies in a jar. You know what I mean? It's amazing if we all band together. You know what I mean? And
Oh yeah.
there's differences. There's even the people that give me heat, I don't care. I support you. You know, I wish all the success to everybody, man. It's a big world. Life is short. Just go for it. You know what I mean? Be the best person you can. Like I was going to say, I raised my kid on 3 things. You don't lie, you don't steal, and every morning you wake up and you go to bed, and then before you go to bed, just in between then, just be a good person. That's all you need to be, because everything else works itself out. You don't have to worry about covering lies or feeling guilty. Just be a good person, and then good things happen because you find yourself with good people, and then good things, you know, it's simple. You just
That's
got
the golden rules, bro. Golden rules right there. Just be nice. Treat others how you want to be treated. Like,
exactly.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to touch on going to visit Astro though, man.
Yeah, go ahead, go
So,
ahead,
like I
man.
was
Let's
saying,
hear
you know,
about it.
having the support from this guy from the beginning with a little bit of him and I got to big conversations. We started talking. We're able to pump ideas. We're kind of in the same position too, where they're grinding and trying to make a name for ourselves. You know what I mean? And there's struggles that happen behind the scenes that you don't, you know, people only see what we allow them to see. You know what I mean? And you get to really get to know people behind the scenes, and I really get to know Astro. And then it was kind of through that little dark area and stuff. He was really like, "I'm going to support you, man. I got you. You're such a good guy." And he got to the point where I was like, he's like, "What do you need? Like, what's your next thing?" Like, well, I was like, you know, in the future, I got to make a how-to video. It's like the number one video of not how a basic, like how I designed it, how I use it, and why I designed it and use it the way I do. And he was like, "Oh, I was just checking. I'm checking airline tickets. I'm gonna fly out to you." And I'm like, "What? You're gonna come fly?" He's like, "Yeah, I got you, man. I'll fly out to you." And I was like, "All right, well, this sounds incredible." And I'm like, "Wait a minute. You're gonna bring that boom, all that camera equipment, and you're gonna fly that over to here? Let me just grab a can bundle and I'll see you where you are, man." And he's like, "Let's do it." And I talked to Seedsman and I said, "Look, I want to go fly out to Astro and send me some seeds. I'll do yours exclusively. If we're gonna do this partner, let's do it right." And dude, I flew out to this guy that I've never met other than, you know, through, you know, FaceTime or Discord and phone calls. You know, he could have turned out to be a real shit bum, but he's not. He's Astro, man. He's exactly who he appears to be. That is him, 100% all day long. He has the most amazing family. His wife, May Wiggle, is absolutely, not only did she make me feel extremely welcome, she went out of her way to keep he's got a 2 and 4-year-old. She kept him out of the house so we could have silence for recording. And I was there for 4 days. I mean, I showed up and it was like, "Hey, Astro, what's up, man?" And he was like, "Hey, man, we give hugs around here. Hey, you're going to move your car. It's in the way of my wife. Let's get to work." And we worked 12 to 16 hours every day till I was like, we just get so confused. I'd drive to the hotel, come back in the morning, do the same thing, grind it out. We did that. We finished our last clip an hour before I was to leave to leave for the airport. So it was like, it was nonstop. And it was me saying to him, I have very high standards in everything that I do. And I had very high standards for this because it's the most important video I'm going to have. And I mentioned this to him. You know, I was like, "Astro, I'm going to ask you to do the polar opposite of your style." But, and he said, "Oh, that's cool. You know what I mean? I don't mind doing that, but I just want to make it cinematic." And I was like, "Well, that's pretty interesting. As long as I get what I want, let's see." So I stood up and I said my lines and memorized. I mean, he's patient, man, because I don't write stuff down. I didn't want to be reading from something. I wanted to memorize it, know what I was going to say, and comfortably say it to who's watching. And I would do it in front of the table and go over everything. And in between, man, this dude got the best shots. His eye and the most amazing, you know, it was just, and I could see him getting excited. I'm like, "Don't show it to me. Don't show it to me. I want to see it when we get to the, you know, to your office and really look at it." And I got, I have the most incredible how-to video. It's going to be released in probably the next 2 weeks, man.
I can't wait,
It
bro.
is
I can't wait.
informative, and I think it's got a good flow. So it's, and we pace it where you can actually use the system along with me. and not have to hit pause. You know, when you see it switch over, you're like, oh shit, well, he's doing that. I can just keep up. And then, all right, here we go with the next step. And Astro, his family made me feel welcome. And he went above and beyond. And I had a certain expectation, and he blew it out of the water, man. He just absolutely crushed it. And he showed me so much love and work and dedication. And that guy grinds, man. He's putting it all into it. So, man, big shout out to him, man. He will always have my support, 100%.
Oh yeah,
great.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He's a fucking great guy. Yeah.
And by the time I met him, yeah, he said a lot of great things about you. And it was funny because the first day that I left to go to the hotel, I was like, it really didn't feel like we met today. It's like I really feel like I knew you, man, this whole time. Like it was really cool.
Oh,
it was just you were right there near me, and it was awesome. And what we had was two passionate people shooting for that same goal. And man, I'm very proud of what I left there with, and it was so worth the trip, man. And I left there with a better friend too. I'm very excited about that. And his kids are awesome, dude. I walk in the next morning, dude, and his older son is like, "Hey, where's Don?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, what's up, buddy?" He remembered me. I was just like, man, this is like I felt so welcome there, man. It was so cool. He's such a good person.
Oh yeah. No, he's definitely a great guy, and he's fucking killing it, dude. And he's just spending getting all the fucking like great camera equipment, dude. And then he's just like learning everything about it and fucking killing it, making some awesome edits and videos.
Yeah, he's very innovative, and I think he has an extreme amount of talent. And what he's doing now is honing all of that into a workable system. And what he's doing, he went from making this slow pace where he's doing this crazy like music video right now too with 8 Corpses. So it's like he's like a chameleon, and it's pretty cool, man. It's really cool.
Oh yeah. Well, we're getting close to that hour mark, so I
really that was fast.
Yeah.
It's funny. Like I'm always like, oh crap, it's coming. The podcast is coming, and then it's like, what am I going to say? And then it's like, I don't shut the hell up.
I know. I feel that too. Honestly, like right before the show, you get a little bit of like anxious, like this anxious feeling, like, oh shit. I hope I got everything. I hope this goes good. And then the show starts, and it just flows. Like it's just easy, especially with people like you, bro. You're so fucking cool, and you're an actual real guy. Like
I appreciate it. If I was to ask one thing before we finish this off, please tell me about your experience in using the system.
Oh, we are not finishing this off. Don't worry. I'm just saying we're getting towards that hour mark.
Okay, cool, man.
So we're gonna give away.
Oh, even better, man. I still want to hear about your experience using it.
100%, bro. 100%. But if y'all want one of these, pop that up on the screen if you would. 1 second. There it is. Drop hashtag, stick it in your can.
There you go.
There it is. But yeah, no, dude, these are honestly like probably one of the sickest things ever. I used to have, I honestly don't even know where I put them anymore since I got this. I had a shit ton of shot glasses, and literally I'll just line up a giant row right here of all kinds of them. I don't use those anymore. I easily replaced it. The time is more consistent. Like when it comes to the actual, like the meristem, the root coming out and shit. I found that it is like a lot quicker in the can, 100%. Like I've tried the paper towel method. I've done soaking in literally just soaking it in the shot glasses, right? And then just dropping it in the soil. Honestly, I 100% prefer this out of all of those because the root, the root comes out healthy. I even sat, it was a 5-pack of some fucking, what was it? It was some table seed. I threw them in there just to see like what would happen. within like a week, it was literally trying to just grow in there. Like
Yeah.
like it literally the leaves were coming out and everything. It was just trying to do its thing right there in the
Yeah,
can. I was like, oh my god.
they're just all yellow, right? No chlorophyll. They're just like ready to go.
Yeah, I was like, oh god. To plant those bad boys. And
It's funny because Astro sent me, I think it was yesterday or the day before, where he was like, "Oh man, we forgot to take those seeds out of the can when we were filming it." And hopefully I can get this on the camera here. And he sent me a picture of them.
hey, we'll
You
pop you up
see
on full screen.
'em?
1 second, let me pop you up on full one.
So that's what they look like after forgetting them in there for a few days.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's what I'm saying is like, it's almost like a set it, forget it thing. You don't have to. This was they were left off the heat after that. You don't have to worry about worrying if they ran out of water. Like they just keep growing.
Literally, yeah.
I think Norma G so far has the record for the longest seeds in there.
How long?
Dude, he must have had 4 or 5 inch tap roots because he did the same thing. He planted out of it. Or actually, it was Norma G was like, "Hey man, I really like you. I want to try it. I'll give it a go. I don't even need to plant these. I'm just going to try it." And he did them, and he was like, "Wow, this thing's amazing." Then he forgot about them, did the same thing, opened it up, and he was like, "Oh, dude, look at these." I was like, "Wow, man, those are ready for harvest."
Yeah, damn near, dude. They're fucking literally just growing in there. It's just crazy. How many we got in here? What's that? 30 something? We got 50 people watching. Come on, y'all. Just drop hashtag stick it in the can. The whole germination kit, bro. Comes with the fucking heating pad, the fucking can. You get your tweezers. You get. Oh no, I moved it. You get this, so you can keep track of what's in what.
Absolutely.
Like, come on.
And
Don't miss
everything
out,
is
yo.
reusable, man, over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Yeah, I did not know you could stick that in the dishwasher. I'm
Sure can.
Yeah.
Like I said, the green, because it's pad printed after a while, but it doesn't affect the product. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'll just see it like, mess with the color greener a little bit. I
Oh,
seen this guy from Berry Genetics. He used that thing so many times, and it's like, wow, man, it's amazing.
One of my coworkers has one, and that's like the whole reason I found out from you. Found out about you.
No kidding.
He showed it to me, and his literally doesn't have any of this on there because he's rubbed it off so much
really?
from twisting the can open. Yeah,
That's awesome.
It's literally
I love
gone.
it.
Yeah, it has the like the print, but the paint, no paint.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. That's so cool. Yeah,
that's
man.
Literally.
I've used them. The one I have out there is I can't even tell you how many times I use it, and it still performs and looks exactly the same. It's just keeps going. And
yeah, dude. So fucking damn. I'm sorry. I'm still shocked on how durable. You said you ran it over?
Like, oh yeah, 5 times with an SUV because somebody said it was cheap plastic. It'll break into a million pieces.
Oh yeah. Remember all that? Okay.
Yeah. The other thing that was said too is that like it'll leach plastics into the water or whatever, and it's not. It's food grade, man. It's number 5 polypropylene. It's like you can use it in the microwave to cook food in it. We actually
had almost like a microwave safe.
When people were talking smack, it was Nerd Grows and the Grateful Gardener that created a video along with Master Yoda where they actually like were eating popcorn, like they made popcorn out of it and stuff. It was pretty funny. So but it's like if you're gonna attack a company, do your research first. Just go to my website, you'll find out all the pros and cons, man. This is mostly pros, though, I'll tell you that. So, but yeah, it was like I said, I wanted to make a product that was durable, that somebody didn't have to keep buying every year or 2 years. Like I said, a product for myself, and it's thick walled, injected, so it's gonna last. And you can even put a silica pad underneath it and throw it in your fridge and store your seeds in it long term.
Shit, I'm gonna need more cans.
Yeah, and even if you if you have, say you already have a heat pad and it has a temperature sensor, there's a little notch underneath it, right there, where you can slide the sensor underneath it, so it sits flush. I still recommend putting it 10 degrees warmer, but our new heat pads are absolutely amazing. It's far infrared technology. They come rolled up, so you don't have to worry about it, and comes with a super accurate new temperature controller. Like I said, I just wanted to improve it, and when I decided to upgrade the heat pad, we went all the way. This is the best technology, far infrared. What it is you get a metal bar that's coated in silver. Same over here. There's a heat film that goes through it, and they actually screen print zinc paste across the whole sheet. So every millimeter is the same exact temperature, and it stays super accurate. There's no sensor. It's one cord. It's got an internal thermometer, internal temperature sensor. So it's like, it was the way to go. I mean, they're a lot more money, but I want the best system out there. So I felt this is it. And with this heat pad, it's like, this is the system I had envisioned from the beginning. This is the way to go.
Oh yeah.
And Seedsman was super excited about the controller too, because they do a lot of testing. And Tom was like, when I was considering the upgrade at the moment, he was just like, yeah, you got to do it. He got super excited about it. And
dude, yeah, that controller is a fucking game changer, bro.
It's so accurate.
The first one, put it on 75, right? It stayed at 75. The seeds rooted, nice, slow. Okay, not too slow, but nice and slow, right?
Yeah.
Crank that bitch to 80. Bam! Germinate.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I set mine to 95 degrees. And what that does is from the base of it to the center, there's a 10-degree difference. And you'll notice that the lid will be, if you have a laser gauge, it'll be about 76 to 78. But where the seeds sit, if it's set to 95, it's going to be about 83 to 85 all the time, every time in the center. And they're just so accurate that they just stay right on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I tested these for 2 months before I pulled the trigger. And during those 2 months, I stopped selling because I'm like, I'm not putting another one out. And once I get the new heat pad in my head, I'm like, nope, I'm not putting it out until I find it, till I find the one. Because I don't want to do it later. I want to do it right now. Yeah. And I took 2 months with these, putting them in every place of the house, everywhere I could go, and making sure that they stayed super accurate, always testing it. And man, no matter where I put them, if I put them on a stone counter versus a piece of wood, it still acted the same. It's just on a stone counter, you'll notice around the can stays cool, but right underneath the heat pad, right underneath the can is always 95 degrees. And if I put it on a wood surface, the whole heat pad will be pretty much the 95 degrees. But no matter where I put it, the results were always the same. And that's why I went with this one. And 30,000 service hours. Between that and this, you could be germinated 4 times a year for 120 years or something like that. I did the math. It was insane.
Dang.
So whether you buy it, you're buying something that you're going to be able to use. You'll never have to buy it again. Never. That was my goal. I don't want to buy stuff a ton of times. And another thing I did too is I went all the way, just through the process. It was also with the packaging. This is my packaging. There's no plastic packaging.
It's nice. It's durable too. It's not
it's washable.
Fabric.
No.
Yeah, most fabric fucking bags you find like this are shitty and you can pull on the string, it'll fucking pull out. No, this is durable as shit, dude. I hang all kinds of stuff in my bag because I keep mine out.
And I want to put everything back away so that when the next season comes, I just grab the thing. It's all in there, and I don't have to worry about it. Yeah. And I'm not receiving something in the mail. Eventually, the poly mailers I would like to do that were not, some others, even if it's corn-based or something. Ideally, it would be nice if it was hemp-based. But it's even from when you receive something, what do? You get your scissors out, you cut the plastic, and what do you do with the packaging? You immediately throw it in the trash. Mm-hmm. So get rid of that. Get something that's reusable. You know what I mean? And not have that waste. That was the whole purpose behind this. Single-use plastic, all the baggies. You say, I only used 12 this year or something, but you plus the next guy, the next guy, the next guy. You know what I mean? It adds up. And
Okay.
the can itself too, when if you're have a get rid of it or whatever, this is like that mustard yellow Tupperware that you find that's from your grandmother from 40 years ago. Same thing, but it's recyclable too. So if it ever goes, you want to I don't know why you'd get rid of it, but if you had to, it's recyclable plastic. So I mean,
Oh yeah.
I try to be as environmentally conscious as well. You know what I mean? Reusable. And if it's not going to be reused, then make sure that it can be repurposed again. You know what I mean? It's the best of my ability. So
yeah. And no, you killed it, bro. Great fucking product. I really can't wait for the next one. I cannot wait. Dude,
I was so pumped when you said you used it.
As soon as you drop that next one, you let me know. I'm fucking picking that up. I want to try that one now.
Yeah, the world will know. It's funny when we talked and we were rescheduling this. I said, "Oh, some exciting stuff was going to happen." You're like, "I want an exclusive." You kind of did because this is the first time, other than I popped on when Tom showed up late to another channel, but this is the first time I was able to really openly talk about Seedsman and Astro at the same time, going out to visit him. So it's really cool, man.
Oh yeah. And thank you.
What a journey. I was excited about coming on here tonight. As you can tell, I haven't shut up.
No, man, you're doing great, bro. Again, sorry for that. Like, dude, honestly, last time, getting ready for the show, right?
I want to get back to his comment, but go ahead.
Oh, go to take a leak, and all of a sudden, just collapse, and have the ambulance has to show up and everything, bro. Like literally my kidney just shut off, and then it started back up, and it like fucked me up. It was not good.
Yeah, that's not good. I knew when it came, especially so last minute, and I was like, man, the shows can be rescheduled. Our health, our family, and all that stuff comes first.
Yeah, dude, I pissed my wife off the whole time on the way to the hospital. Fucking called on. The show.
I know, and she said always so concerned about. I'm like, no, worry about his health. Don't worry about the show. We can reschedule it. That's easy, man. Go take care of him. Yeah, don't worry about it. So we saying product with the two lids, inner and clear. The thing is that 95% of seeds want to be in the dark. But with that said, the ones that don't think about flowers that get blown by the wind and they sit on the surface. You know what I mean? That's the only difference. But it doesn't really harm them to open them up and look, because it's such a small area that it gets right back to temp anyway. And I think it's kind of fun to open and look at. But with that said, once the tray version comes out, if you want to germinate with being able to see them, go right ahead. You'll be able to. It's going to have a clear lid. You can move the tray off of it. You'll still get the same benefits as you would. And maybe as an idea, we'll add a green light to the strip that's going to go on the cover, because then you would be able to watch them without even interfering with the growth. So, duly noted. I love that. I like when people, no ego here. I want to make the best product ever. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I think that's cool.
Green light. Go watch my seeds germinate. That'd be pretty cool.
I don't know if you ever saw, like, on my channel, I built a contraption. You can almost see the first one I made that's over here. It's that green and black tube. But I made one that, it's up over right. Oh, these cameras screw me up. Right there.
Okay.
What that does is I have it hooked up to like a little exhaust system that keeps the lens from fogging, but I put a time-lapse camera on it, and it's got all green LED lights, so I can do time-lapse of germination, and you see it all happen in the dark, like how it would go. And it's pretty cool because I'm able to show it through the soak, and you see them kind of split a little bit. And then as soon as you dump the water and you go to germination, it's like they have a life of their own. They just start like pushing and crawling around. I don't know. I get excited.
That's so cool. Yeah, no, I love that. I love time lapse.
But yeah, look back at if you're curious, look back at our page and you'll see it's got the green light, and you can watch them all germinate. And I actually did one where you could see how fast the seedlings grow. Like in 2.5 days, I went from seed to small seedlings. Like, it gives you a jump. And I like to germinate and let my radicals get a little long, because I find that they survive so much faster. You know what I mean? You're not so worried about once they're established, you don't have to keep you know, when you're dampening off, I never get dampening off, like hardly ever, because I let them go big. Within the next day, I got a little seedling, spray them for a couple days. Don't oversaturate them. Let them establish, then stop butt chugging them or bottom watering them. You know what I mean? And I really like, man, I like my taproot almost an inch long when I plant.
Yep, I'm the same way. That's like the best way for me.
I see a lot of people like they like to soak them, and as soon as they split, they put them in the soil. Give this a shot. Let them go in the germination stage for at least 12 hours, and you will notice that if you allow them to grow a little bit longer, you get a faster growing established, because you're not so worried about yeah, you're not worried about soil temperatures and the moisture so much, because they're already a bit established. They're already going. Yeah, autoflowers, absolutely everything. Fast flowers, autoflowers, snail vines, butterfly peas. I mean, we do, you know, like snail vines and butterfly peas. Manufacturer will tell you 14 to 21 days. We can nick them and have them germinate and planted in under 52 hours. And I've showed that on the page too. So it's not just, it's all stuff, you know what I mean? And my tray version that I did the prototype out of, we were able to do like the whole garden. And when you're doing like raised beds and you have limited space, we're not doing acres. We have, you know, a certain area in our beds that we, you know, Sue will get all set up and ready to go. You don't want to waste a square inch of it with something that's not viable. And you can do, if you're going to plant 4 plants, why not germinate 6 or 8 and pick out the 4 amazing ones that are like the show ponies and plant them. And even when I grow a cannabis plants, if I get a pack of 10 seeds, I germinate all 10, even if I'm only going to grow 1. And I take that baby, that, you know, the strongest one, and that's what I do. And then I'll gift out the rest of them. But I always love to grab the one that's showing off. You know what I mean? Put them right in the dirt and watch them grow, because they bring that characteristic throughout their whole life cycle. And yeah,
great
so
advice.
the autoflowers, you see Sebastian use it. He did autoflowers, and he, like I said, he's doing, I think I talked to him yesterday where he said he's going to load it up and do all 8 chambers. Nice. And that's the other thing, man. What an opportunity I have. Like people like High Again with Neil in Heaven, Sebastian, Dakota with Homegrow TV, Untrained Astronaut, you know what I mean? Northern Scrogger. And there's a few more that have been reached out to from Seedsman that will hopefully love it as much as everybody else. And I'm big into people that are going to share and represent Cannakan, that they absolutely love it. You know what I mean? I don't want somebody, you know, selling a product or pushing a product they don't believe in. My feelings won't be hurt, because I do understand that people like different methods and other things work for them. But you might find that this improves your germination rates, saves you time and money. Because sometimes you pay some, yeah, that too, space. I mean, you're talking, you know, 6 with the heat pad is 6 feet, 6 inches by 8 inches. You know what I mean? The can is 4 1/4 inches wide, and
can takes up a lot less space than a bunch of fucking shot glasses or a bunch of cups or beakers, whatever you're fucking using, you know.
And when you're germinating a ton of seeds, and if you lose 30-40% of them because of something happened, you just lost more money than it would have cost you to buy a can system. And this is going to give you that consistency, because it's the ideal environment in that little area every time, all the time. There's no changes. If your seeds don't germinate and you're using it properly, then your seeds are junk. I'm that confident in it. Still to this day, 0 returns.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. And I've sold a bunch.
Hell yeah. How many people we got in there? 50? I suppose we can run this one.
Good luck, everybody.
Good luck.
And this is pretty big up to you for doing this, man, because this is all you.
Halifax.
I love it.
Saw my name in there.
Maybe you'll win it. Oh, nice.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah,
Smoke. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man. Awesome. Love them.
Hit me up in the DMs. You already know. Once I get that sent out. And
that is awesome.
Um,
That's awesome. Glad he won it. That's pretty badass.
Wow, I just blanked out really hard.
Well,
Yeah, no, fucking
the
congrats.
chances of any name coming up in the community being like, "Oh man, I'm so glad they won it." I mean, anybody that would have wanted to be like, "Yeah, all right, I love that person."
I love him, dude. It's always
No,
here.
that's what I'm saying. Like, no
Yeah.
matter who won it, it's still gonna be somebody awesome. So you're gonna be like,
Yeah.
I'm so happy they won.
Yeah.
It's like there's so
That's a
many
good one.
great people out there. Yeah, it's like, oh, cool.
Oh yeah,
That's
man.
great, man. That's awesome.
That's
And
super
big ups,
cool.
like I
So
said, for you doing that, giving that away.
of course, man. Like, dude, like, has amazing product. Like,
I love it,
I
man.
used to
Thank you
stand
so
by my
much.
shot glasses. I used to stand by it. I used to say, "Nah, I'm not gonna spend no fucking money on germinating seeds." But honestly, made me a believer. Fuck,
Thanks, man. I
like,
appreciate
dude,
that.
it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, it
100%.
means a lot. You know, it's hearing that makes, because I haven't had a day off since I started this. Not one. I'm talking open the gifts on Christmas and then right back at it. Like, I did not stop ever.
Working.
My 50th came this year. I skipped it. I was like, look, it will, because I love to have a big bash, karaoke band, we'll go big. And I'm just like, when it's time, we'll do it, because like I said, every day that I delay is another day that I starve and my family starves. So I'm just going to keep grinding it out until we get to where we need to be. And it's been the most consuming thing that I've ever done in the best way possible. I am like, I can't stop, man. I'm like, I'll go to a party or something like, hey, man, just so you know, I apologize in advance. I'm going to talk about Cannakan quite a bit tonight. Oh, man, because I love it. And I just love the experience, the journey that I've been on, and all the great people I've met. I'm meeting really great people in around the globe, and it's pretty amazing. I'm going to be going to MJ BizCon coming up. I'm going to go to Spain in March. Going to go to Germany. Yeah, I'm going to go.
Lucky.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
I was invited to be a judge for the first Autoflower Cup in Germany next year in April.
Ooh.
So that's pretty cool too, man. So
yeah.
I'm very, very fortunate and extremely grateful, man. And yeah, very humbling too, this whole situation too with everybody. So
Hell yeah, man. Well,
I won't
like
squander
I said, bro,
it.
you're fucking killing it. You're killing it.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
You'll see me at MJ BizCon. I'll be there.
Oh, are you? You're going to be there? Awesome, man.
100%. 100%.
Awesome.
I'm not missing that. I live in Colorado. So Vegas
cool.
is like, it's not that far away. I'll drive there.
I hear you. Right on. And yeah, and that's what's cool is like you get to meet all these great people. Like meeting Astro, it's different. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of people. I'm going to be getting a place with Saul Bunyan and 420 Things, and I know we're going to be meeting Macho Grams down there, and I know I'm forgetting Frankie's. I'm excited to meet.
I was gonna say you can't forget Frankie's.
Well, it's all it's you try to name people, and you're like, man, there's so many people that you want to name because they're all great, and no matter what attempt I'm going to leave somebody awesome out of it. But yeah, I'm High Soda and his wife are going to be there, so it's, and then I get to meet. I'm going to be I'll probably be frequenting the Seedsman booth. I think that they might be offering candy cans there, and I'm going to get to meet, and collaborate with a few folks out there themselves. And yeah, I love Cavs. Great guy. I'm seeing Dabs, and I'm seeing a lot of great people. And
Kev's one.
Yeah, there he is. It's Macho. Man, it's just all of them. I want to open the chat, but I know that either A, I'm going to get all like freaked out again, or I'm going to close this out and screw it all up. And Mary there. Oh, good. Mary will be there too. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of us are going, man. CC's going, Big Time Buds, Mr. Trichomes. Mr. Trichomes and Big Time are Chronic Chatter. Yeah, it's right here in the chat.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. There's some cool dudes.
Yeah, man. I come say hi to me. I want to meet everybody, man. I want to, we're all in the same tribe, man. And let's yeah, I'm super psyched to meet everybody, man. It's an honor to really there's a few people. I just there's a few people I really need. I owe a good handshake and potentially if they let me a big old hug there because
Hell yeah.
the support I've got is nothing I could have ever imagined, man. I would never have imagined like how people have been so good to me, man. So pretty
Yeah,
exciting.
dude. There,
There
I
you go.
feel
I'll
that.
if you don't mind me put my foot in your head, Dabs, I'll get you in there to get the zipper closed. Just don't move around too much.
Fucking funny. That's funny.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, no, that honestly, dude, this community is cool as fuck, dude. Like they're so nice. They're more than willing to help you with anything that you need. Like
Yeah,
super
just
cool.
like 420s. He's, we were talking and we jumped on. Hugs I needed here. I love CC and her husband.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, all right, so guys, I'm gonna show up at the airport and 420 things like, oh, what time you landing? And I'm like, I'll be there at 10:30. Like, oh, I'll pick you up. We'll just throw your luggage in the car and we'll kill time and I'll bring you to the house. And I'm like, you'll do that? You'll come pick me up and all right, cool, man. Because I'm all stressed out. Do I rent a car? Do I find a shuttle? What do I do? Maybe I'll get an Uber. Where am I going? And he's like, no, we'll just pick you up. We're gonna be leaving our hotel to go to the house. We'll just throw your luggage in there. I'm like, oh man, this is
Oh yeah.
wow. There's one less thing to stress out about, and knowing that I'm gonna go meet and hang out with some really cool people I've been able to interact with over the last couple of years is pretty amazing. I'm super pumped. As much as I hate flying, I'm excited to get there.
You don't like flying?
Oh my God, B.A. Baracus me, man. Load me up with drugs because I hate it. When I go on, man, it's like I would be the calmest person when the plane was going down because I'd be like, I told you all this was going to happen. I knew it. I knew it because when I get on, I'm like, all right, I'm probably going to die. You know what I mean? I know it's so ridiculous. You know what I mean? But it's just like I have this thing and it's like, yeah, I'm just like, I prepare for death every time I get on a plane. It's like, oh, you had a good run, Don. It's like too bad I'm not gonna be able to see this can thing out. But I do it, and I'll do it because I don't want to allow my feeling uncomfortable or fears to keep me from living my life. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna jump on, and hopefully in time I'll get better at it. You know what I mean? But I just hate
no regrets. No
because
regrets.
I've worked with people that don't do their job so good. You know what I mean? And it's like, man, I hope that guy tuned that thing up that's over there. And on the way to Astros, too, of course, I got this thing that keeps clunking under my seat. And I'm talking clunking. And I'm like, looking at everybody. It's like, doesn't anybody else hear that? Like, that can't be good. Nope, everybody's acting normal. And I'm just like inside dying, but acting like Mr. Joe Cool. Like, yeah, no, it's cool, man. I don't mind that sound. I'm like, I'm fucking dying, man. I hope I have my wallet on me so they can identify my pants.
Jesus Christ. My pants.
Who knows what's going to happen once I hit the ground? Oh, shit. But no, it's cool, man.
Hell yeah, man. No, I definitely can't wait for that.
Yeah, cool. I
Definitely
like to connect for sure, man. And like I said, along with everybody, I'm very excited about going. It's my first time, so it'll be really cool.
Yeah. Same here. First time to MJ BizCon. And honestly, it'll be my actually my second event ever going to.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah.
I've done a few trade shows already, and I really love it because I meet people there. I meet people, like I met Despicable Dabs before I even had a product. When I was just like so excited, I'm like, I'm getting a booth and just telling the world I got something. You know, I'm like, yeah, I want to buy it. I'm like, well, I don't have one. And I actually gave Dabs, and I think it was right around his birthday or something, like a prototype of the Hugger tweezers. I don't even have it. He's got the only one, and he shows it off a lot too, and teases me. He said I could have it back, but it's absolutely his. But pretty cool. And I've met a lot of other people going to these shows, which is really cool. Very cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. The first event I did the Secret Stash in Denver. Got to meet Grambo. A couple other people.
Yeah, nice, man. That's awesome.
Super sick. Oh yeah, man.
I'm looking forward to it.
Huh?
I said I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. The Spanibus. I hear a lot about that. How is that?
I haven't been yet. But funny story. So Sebastian was talking about it yesterday when he was on Alive with 420 with Joe, where Bud Boutique, I hope he's still here. I love that guy. Been helping me out a lot. And he gifted his Cannakan into like Sebastian's bag or something like that. Like hooked him up, like gave up his into Sebastian, gave it to Sebastian over in Spanibus. So he made cool videos of the Cannakan at Spanibus and everything else. And so next March will be my first year going there. So it should be good.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, I hear a lot of good things about that one. I hear it's
massive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely have a lot of shit to look at when you're there.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's I want to meet people like, Jorge Cervantes and Rosenthal and the Hash Queen and stuff. There's a list of people that that's kind of why I'm a little excited about Cannakan, because it might allow me to be able to get in. But even though I hear they're very, very open to meeting everybody, so I'm very excited about that. So,
oh yeah, man. Oh yeah.
And hopefully it'll be another opportunity, because I don't know when I'll see Tom from Seedsman again. Hopefully he's going there and I can reconnect with him again, and it'd be very cool. People like Dakota and Sebastian, I'd like to meet.
Cool, man. The huggers, you brought that up, and I actually have a couple questions about that.
Sure.
What gave you the idea, man? Was it just like better tweezers? Because I tried using tweezers and it just shoots the fucking seed across the room.
You shoot them around, and so what I found was that I was always like putting my fingers between tweezers and then slowly grabbing and holding them, trying not to, crush them or shoot them across the room.
Yeah.
And I always needed something else to make a hole, so I had a marker or something around. So I was like, wait, why don't I just put something? Or I'd use the end of the tweezers, and I'm like, why don't I put a dibber end on the end of the tweezers, put some cups so they don't go anywhere, and make it where it's not too rigid. I don't have to worry about damaging the seeds. And I made a couple prototypes. I was like, wow, this is easy, man. I just grabbed the seed first time I'm trying to, grab it. And that's why I'm really excited about the how-to video that Astro and I had worked on, because it's not just a how-to video. It's exactly how I use it and why everything that's designed and put into it had purpose, and it allows me to show you what that purpose is. And I think it's so detailed and so well done that it's not even just for the consumer. I think marketing teams are going to be able to use it. Places like Seedsman will be able to use it to better educate themselves on the product and its system and its benefits, as well as, influencers, affiliates, or whatever it is. But I'm very excited about the new how-to video, because I've been wanting to have this because I get emails and chats, and man, I answer every single one of them. And sometimes it's like, man, it's the same question. Let me just kill this with just creating the most detailed and involved and most worth watching, because like I said, Astro did such a good job with the camera angles, his editing, and everything else. So that is probably the thing I'm looking most forward to in the next couple of weeks. And then after that is my son's idea and what he's going to be doing to not include himself into Cannakan. I'll give you a hint. I have a little shirt that has a seed guy, and he holds like a plant, a seedling. And from the pocket, you just see the seedling. It's like the cat that pegs a finger, but you pull down the pocket, and this guy's in there holding the seed. And people would always say, oh, it'd be cool as a mascot. And I'm like, nah, I like to keep it simple. Never a mascot, never anything else. My son made this amazing drawing. He's very artistic, and I saw it, and he explained it, and we're going to have an official something coming soon. And it's going to be completely separate. And when you do see it coming, support it, because not only is it going to be a lot of fun for Cannakan, but it's also a little pet project for my son. And it's extremely well thought out. And there are people in the community that already know about it that are going to be involved in making it even better. And it's going to be very,
Hell
very
yeah.
cool. Very cool. And it's not going to be cheesy. It's not going to be, because I don't want that, like, little seed guy. Like, get out of here.
Yeah.
So
Hell yeah.
I'm very much looking forward to that. So pretty cool.
Sick, man. I'll definitely share it out when I see it.
Yeah, I
Definitely.
appreciate it, man.
That's going to be sick. I love that, man. Like the fact that you're actually getting like your son involved with your company. Um, dude, that's something else, bro. Like more people need to be like that. That is so fucking cool. Like you were literally setting up his future and having him be a part of it at the same time. That's sick as fuck.
Man, I'm 50 years old. I don't know what's going to happen. He's has a lifetime ahead of him.
Mhm.
If I can offer him opportunities that I didn't have and have him avoid the struggles that I had, why wouldn't I? And it's not pressuring him into one part of Cannakan. I'm not asking him to be a salesman. It's like, what excites you and what it is that excites him. How can we make that fit into this? So while he's having fun, he's involved, but he's also involved. Like I said, I have him sit in some of these meetings, and it allows him to see the business side of it and why, the serious side of it, but he can also have fun. And, it's exciting for him when people didn't know that he created this video and it got such good response and traction. Um, it was at that moment, it was like, wow, I really found that spot for the most important human being in my life. And yeah, it's I don't want to go too deep into, I'll get all teary eyed. Whatever happens on the internet never goes away. But it's not only is it an opportunity for me, it's an opportunity for my family, and it's opportunity for my son to find something he's passionate about, and we'll implement it any way possible that we can. And long term, because I'm really confident in the path of where Cannakan's going, I think he's going to have a very exciting ride, man. He's going to have a good journey, and
Oh yeah.
that to me is everything. Because I had a little bit tough, and I don't want that for him. Um, and that's why I was saying, like in the beginning, I always felt like I was at 80%, and part of that failure was being a talented and pretty intelligent guy. I mean, I'm a dumbass too, but
I know that.
just feeling that you weren't, when you don't read, I'm so envious of somebody that's like in their 20s, like, oh my God, I would know what I want to do for the rest of my life. And I was turning 50, like, holy shit, like I missed it. I missed my opportunity. And then you start getting that I'm a failure thing. And then all of a sudden it's like, bam, something like Cancan. And it was like, I'm not going to snooze on this,
Oh yeah.
because this is not only going to fulfill that missing piece, but it's also allows me to provide an amazing future for my son, and a son that's at an age and looking at the cannabis industry from a different set of eyes. He's not looking at as kids going behind the library smoking pot. He's looking
Mhm.
at it as a business, something that helps his father fall asleep, something that got his father off of prescription medications, and something that's
Yeah.
going to create one hell of a ride with amazing people, man, in a crazy community. So it's like
And a fucking
I'm
loving community, dude.
I'm s-
Oh
I'm
yeah.
s- I- I'm so blessed, man. I'm blessed, man, and it's like it not only for and it's so beyond myself. I can't stress that enough. I'm not that guy, and if you knew me, it's about the bigger picture. And yeah, man, it's cool. So in the next several years, you're going to see Tyler coming into this and everything else, and I'm very excited because he's the most amazing human being ever, man. You know what I mean? And it's great. He's a good shit. And everything's, the cannabis thing is only a big deal if you make it a big deal. And through this um introduction into this community, into this industry, for a 14-year-old kid from 12 years old when he first learned about it, um, it's been amazing because he's accepted and he looks at it differently. And it's those young minds that are going to help the progression of what we need to get done. You know what I mean? We're just getting the ball rolling. If we could set up the next generation to kill the stigma, to explore and to share the benefits. You know, once these dinosaurs are out of politics and we have these younger minds and younger views getting involved, that's when real change is going to happen. And not only is the likes and stuff, it's how how I raise our children and the next generation, how we set them up with that mindset is huge. It's huge. And yeah, I'm very excited about the future. And I'm great. You know, every day has been insane. So it's like, you know, my promise to the community is Cannakan will always be a company of integrity. I don't allow bullshit in my life. I ignore the static. If you're not beneficial, you don't belong and you won't be a part of.
Okay, dude.
I want even the company itself. So I got Bud Boutique and I got Cassie who's been helping me out. And I don't like the word employees. We're building a team and a family. And that's what it'll always be is I want a company that's not for profit, that's for principle. And
yeah,
I believe with that every fiber of my being, man. And that will never change. I will stay humbled and do the best I can to give back. And like I said, give a platform. If I have one available to me and I was gifted and blessed that, I want to share it, share everything I can, man. And just do my part like everybody should be. Doesn't make me special. It just makes me doing the right thing. And yeah, I've stopped long enough. I don't need to be, you know, breaking off lobster tails and big claws every night. That's not who I am.
If I have wine and some lobsters.
Yeah. If I got a passing inspection sticker on the truck and the electric bill's paid, anything beyond that is gravy.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I think that Cannakan's going to provide me experiences of travel and meeting people, and that's all I need. So it's like I said, it's principle over profit, and yeah, I can't waver from that. And I tell my son now, like, pay attention to where we are right this second, and you're gonna sweep that floor, and you're gonna fold those, directions, and because you don't want somebody that's gonna look down at anybody. You want to be like, oh shit, man, that sucked folding those. Let me help you out getting it done faster. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, that's
fucking shout out to you, bro, making him fucking pay his dues. Hell yeah. A lot of people don't do that. They get their fucking kids or their fucking family in the business and they just get them in a big ass role, and now they just walk around with a chip on their shoulder acting like they're better than everybody. And you're doing it right, dude. You are doing it right.
It's an opportunity to be better, and he needs to know that this is an opportunity to be better. It's not about fancy cars. It's not about that. It's about being better. It's about sleeping at night because you feel good about yourself, right? Like,
yes.
And it's easy to do, man. It's easy to do. So, and that's why, like, I've had a lot of people that are here, man, that have that had me from jump. Don't think I will for a moment ever forget you, like ever, never.
Oh yeah.
That's where I'm at, man.
That's cool, bro. No, that's cool.
That's it, Cavs, 100% Cavs. Yep. The only time you should look down at somebody is when you're helping them up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, good guy right there. They're all I love. Yeah.
Yeah, no, chat's killing it tonight, dude. I have a bunch of fucking cool ass people in here today.
It sucks that I shut it off. I just can't do it because I get all screwed up.
No, I 100% feel it. I had to get a little team together for somebody to run my chat for me, but I still watch my chat and highlight certain things that,
Yeah, I still get a little weirded out when I get on. Like, I'm like, oh man, because like I said, you say something once, it's forever. So you got to be very careful of what you do. And I also
no regrets, bro. No regrets.
And if Thank you. And if I'm going to be on here with you, I also like to have a conversation with you. I want to feel like I'm talking directly to you. You know what I mean? And it helps. So, because otherwise I'd be like, "Hey, Dabs, what's up? Hey, Carl, look at Mr. CC." You know, I'd be all over it,
I
and
100%.
we get nothing done. But
Yep.
I really feel like I have a story to tell, because it's been an amazing ride, and it's been like hitting a lottery. I have put in the work, don't get me wrong, but I have an amazing opportunity. But one of the things I really like to tell the story about is because I'm just
Do
Don
it.
from over in Westport that had a good idea. If you believe in something and you chase it hard enough, anybody here can do exactly the same thing, man. It is not
Heck yeah.
impossible. And I thought it was, but you just have to you have to recognize that opportunity and then just chase it. And dude,
Be hungry.
I gave up a 14-year-old business like that. Like, boom, done. I'm onto the web thing. I'm onto this. This is it. No distractions. Like, really, I'm like so focused. My dryer's broke right now. I fixed everything. I can't even get it done. So my girlfriend ran lines downstairs. She's hanging clothes until I catch up. My lawnmower threw a belt. It hasn't cut the grass in like probably 3 weeks. And I'm just like, I can't focus on that. I can't think about the grass. I can't think about that. Someday I hope I can, but I can't. I have to, like, there's just so much. I just gotta go, go, go. Right now is my moment. So nothing else. I'm just straight on, and that's it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I can't wait to see where you go, dude.
I
You're
appreciate
fucking
it, man.
killing it, bro. And I
Thank
literally
you.
just like
And it's the
amazed.
community, man. They help it. They spread the word. I can only present something, and it was there was two things from Mark Cuban that I obviously he's a billionaire, and I listen a little closely to him sometimes.
Mhm.
He doesn't like, if you go to him and you're a business person and you're like, "Hey, I got this big marketing plan. This is our budget." He doesn't want to hear from you. He believes that you should have a product that sells itself, and that's it. I feel that Cannakan is that. He also said that the best companies are companies that give the people that work for them ownership. Give them a piece of the pie. Give them a little bit of that profit, because then they care. Then they know
Mhm.
that the better the company does, the better they do. That's the company I want. I want that company that gives back. That the more you do for us, the more you get back. And to find a way to do that within the community as well. And I don't make promises because I don't know what they are yet. But when I see those opportunities, like I said before, I'll grab them too. And I will take advantage of that and whatever I can do.
Yeah. Yes, hi, thanks for the time. I just get all this info. Oh, peace out, big time. Wouldn't do that yet, but hey, if you want, you can. Just saying, I wouldn't leave just yet. We're about to wrap it up. Just a little information that you might want. Just a little
There
bit.
you go.
Just a little bit.
Hey, I really appreciate you allowing me and not shutting up and giving me a place to tell the story, and because it's
Yeah,
been
yeah,
pretty
bro.
exciting, and I love sharing it with everybody. So I definitely thank you for having me on.
Of course, bro. Of course. I wanted to hear this story. I wanted to know more about you. Find out, like,
Awesome.
what got you into this and where are you gonna go, Fucking love
Yeah,
it.
future's bright. Next stop, global germination. That's what I say. I'm going for it.
Hell yeah.
Why
Hell yeah.
stop now? Yeah.
Hell yeah. Go see you over in China, fucking everywhere. Huh?
Yeah, we have a lot of interest in Germany, Switzerland. I've already shipped to, I think I'm up to like 29 countries,
Hell
which
yeah.
is insane because I'm shipping everything out of the US, and some of these people are paying more for shipping than the product. It's like, wow, man, it's pretty crazy. And I love it. It's amazing. I think the most insane email I got was somebody from Saudi Arabia that had somebody smuggle it in because they need medicine. And he said it was so hard just to get a seed that you need the best, opportunity to
Mm,
germinate that seed, no risk. And at that point, he had tried it and said, like, this is it for me. And he also said he was at risk sending me an email. and which kind of really screwed me up a little because I was like, wow, that's pretty crazy that he's risking. And then it was like the most emotional email I ever got. And I might have the guy killed because I had to respond. I was like, thank you. It was the best thing. Oh man, I'm like, oh man, I might have just cost this guy his life. But how do you just let that go? Like, hey man, I want you to know I got that email and it means everything to me. And who knows what happened? Hopefully he's still going and terminating his seed, man. I was like, I don't know if I should write back. I'm like, I got to send. Oh man, if I don't know, no guilt.
Jesus Christ.
But pretty amazing, you know, and to hear a lot of people with medicine and you know, and not having that struggle, you know, in the beginning, just making it a little easier, or knowing that if I can only afford 2 seeds, that those 2 seeds are probably going to pop if they're good genetics. And yeah, it's pretty cool, man. I get a lot of great messages from people. Just one recently, an older retired guy, and he's just like, I can't play golf anymore because I'm hurting. I just got into growing and I was struggling with germination. I love this kit. This is absolutely amazing. And I get them all the time. And it's just like, it's those messages. You're like, you know what, this was worth it. This is worth all the sacrifices. You know, even for my son, his last birthday, we stayed on the side of the road, broken down because I couldn't afford to get it towed. I couldn't afford a mechanic. So I sat underneath there for like 6 hours fixing the truck, you know what I mean, while he sat there on his phone on his birthday. And he didn't say anything. He teases me now about, hey, remember that fantastic birthday I had last year? And I'm like, oh, come on, man.
Bullshit. Well, thank you for coming, honestly.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, man. It was a blast.
Dude, no. Thank you for coming. No,
you're very welcome, man.
Like, Don, you're the fucking shit, dude. You're out there fucking killing it, bro. Like, you made an amazing fucking product.
Thank you.
Like, 100%. I'm 100% going to push your fucking product. Guarantee you. Anytime anybody wants germination questions, Cannakan.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
Of course, brother. Of course. Real quick, everybody, before we end this, if you just missed your chance of fucking winning that last one, got one more here. Got a second one, right? So if you want it, drop a comment on the video. Make sure you're subbed up. Share this out. Let everybody get a chance. Peace out, y'all.
Thanks, everyone.